Welcome to Motivated Living.
What is up, wonderful world of YouTube? My name's Chris. This is Motivated Living. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna do my moto vlog. I'm gonna do a ride and talk. I haven't done it in a little while, so and here where I live, we don't have too big of a gap where we can get out and ride as much as we'd like. Well, welcome to Motivated Living. Bring powerful content, I guess you'd say. Usually when I ride and talk, it's something to better, others, self, positive things. And if you check out the channel, I do fragrance reviews, I do some things with vehicles, mukbangs, kind of have a plethora of things to solve for better living, man. Today, I'm going to do something off the cuff. I'm not big on talking about religion and stuff. That causes more conflict amongst people than anything. But I'm going to talk about spirituality and what it means to me. That doesn't mean I'm going to talk to you about set religions or anything along them lines. Just what it means to be spiritual. I invite y'all to stay tuned to the end. You're going to get to see me play on the bike. That's one of the benefits of my ride and talks. Enjoy this beautiful scenery as we go. And I invite y'all to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, support a new YouTuber, continue to grow with me. Sky is the limit. And as I learn things or feel things helpful, I share. But now to me, spirituality isn't following a set book or, being tied to anything super specific, so to speak. Spirituality to me is a connection to a higher power, whatever you may deem it or call it. It could be a plethora of things. It could even be a deeper connection to yourself, or better thinking, things like that, and growth. So I was raised in a religious home where it was kind of forced upon me, which I can appreciate where all that stemmed from, because they wanted the best for me in life and me to have sound morals and so forth and so on. And I hung on to them things. I'm the type, I try to pray daily, pray with my little one or as a family. And power of prayer to me is very powerful, and it's real. You may not see results right away, where it's tangible. That's kind of where the term faith comes in, is believing without seeing. And then sometimes you do see, or down the road you're like, man, wow, that prayer was answered. And then there's also said to where he answers your prayer, but not the way you're thinking, so to speak, or she, or however you think of your higher power. So to me, it's a close personal connection with something bigger, something you can't see per se, where it's there but you can't see it really, but and personally me, I look around at all this magnificent creation, and how could I not believe that there's something almighty and bigger at play? And that's just me. You don't have to agree, and hopefully you'll stay tuned with me. And like I said, I'm not going to preach at you. I just, like I said, when I ride, I share things I feel helpful in life, and you know, that's helped me through some tight situations. And you know, it helps to have a deeper connection when you are going through some hard times, when you don't feel like anybody's there or may have your back, but believing that you're not alone, because ultimately you're not alone. You know, none of us are. There's, you know, we're trained to look at things a certain type of way and led to believe that that's the only way it is. But there's so many other things at play that we just can't see. You know, I ain't trying to sound crazy, and I'm about to light this up real quick. This is the joys of riding with me. Woo! All right, triple digits, baby. So, man, what's the point of having a big old powerful machine if you don't, you know, enjoy it and fully utilize it? I'd be like me having a tractor and never using it for tractor things. I don't have a tractor, but one day, you know, have a bunch of land away from everything and all that good stuff. So yeah, they, you know, so many things, even like, you know, because I've been through the whole recovery classes. You know, I used to drink a whole lot and party and all that other stuff. You know, this channel ain't about that. It's about better, you know. But that stuff led me down a dark path, and it stemmed from not dealing with feelings or things the right way. Chose to turn to other things to where it would make the problems go away at the moment. And then, of course, when you sober up or come down or whatever it is, all them problems are sitting right there like, what up? Just waiting on you, tapping their foot. Sad thing though is usually when you come back down and around, back to reality, so to speak, that one problem that you didn't want to deal with is now like 5, 6, 7 of them. And so, like, oh man, I don't want to quit using or drinking and face all these. One was enough. I feel your pain. I've been there. I have been there. You know, quick recap. You know, I had to sit down for almost a decade of my life from that lifestyle. I had got busted, I guess you'd say, for lack of better words, because that's what happened. They caught me dealing cocaine. I was in a very dark place at the time, and you know, in the midst of 18 Leos in my house, and, you know, drug enforcement agents and all that other stuff, I was able, you know, and I'm really glad to see you guys. You know, I knew I wasn't going to be coming out no time soon, and but I also knew that it got me out of that chaos, which I couldn't get myself out of at the time. I was so glad it was done. I was so glad nobody died, you know, over the poison I was pumping out. And, you know, it was, even though in the midst of all that, it was a breath of fresh air, you know, and I already had a spiritual connection before all that happened, you know, spirituality, religious, more so religious beliefs. And when I went in, and a lot of people, you know, go inside, you take time to connect on a spiritual level or get heavily involved. And the key is hold on to that stuff when you get out, you know, and also refrain from the behaviors that got you in them shoes to begin with. Because so many people come out and nothing has changed at all, but they expect everything to be different, and then they end up back in. And, you know, I don't know if anybody watches this is familiar with that, but, you know, I always say I'm going to have real talk and keep it real with you guys. You know, I'm a very positive person now, and thinking and reaching for better and higher, and not being what I once was as far as thinking, you know, and acting. It's said that if nothing changes, nothing changes. You know, and the crazy thing is we didn't get messed up overnight when we have stinking thinking. You know, it takes time to get a certain way. So you have to roll with the punches and know, even if it's just a minuscule amount, that it's a process. It's not an immediate event. You know, it's going to take time. You just have to stick with it. And that's with anything. It doesn't mean just changing your behavior. It could be starting a business. It could be learning to ride a motorcycle, a bicycle, a horse. You know, learning to be a better partner in your relationship. You know, there's things that come with everything in life, and you can't just hop on it and be great. You know, some of the greatest athletes and stars and business people and billionaires tell you they didn't just start like that. Lots of trial and error and bumps and bruises along the way, but the key is you don't give up. And you know, I know it seems like I'm probably going off my track of talking about spirituality, but honestly I'm not, because that's all hand in hand to me. It's what's in your heart. You know, a good friend and brother of mine, you know, had what he called the Change Heart program, and his whole motto was, if there's no change in the heart, there's no change. You know, everything, what you see on the outside is nothing. Anybody can paint a picture or dress a certain way or act a certain way, or we don't usually see all the behind the scenes stuff, and that's where it all counts. It's the behind the scenes, you know, it's the hard work, it's what's inside. You know, I look at a can on a shelf in a store, you see a picture, and you don't always open it and see the exact same picture. Or I look at the commercials from McDonald's or Burger King, they make them burgers look so doggone good, and then you go and get it like, man, that does not look like what I saw in the advertisement. And then you're kind of like, man. So if you watch SpongeBob, when he tells you the secret to his, you know, his secret, he said the secret is love. So now going back to the thing, like going through the, you know, recovery or AA steps, you know, they always say that, you know, they tell you have higher power, and even if you don't believe in God, however, whatever name, you know, because I believe our Almighty Creator has a lot of different names, and they're most glorious names. You know, they, I know some people who believe in, you know, like that, and they refuse to say God because it's dog backwards, you know, and they, so, but it's however each person views it. I don't judge over that. You know, I might get a little bothered, I guess you'd say, when people try to force their beliefs down your throat. You know, but they, man, see all these animals on the road, poor things. So we're all entitled to believe what we choose to believe. You know, that's our right. Period. And I believe that wholeheartedly. So, yeah, that's with anything. Even if you wanted somebody to believe the same way you do, and however you know, trying to force it upon them is not going to get them to side with you. So, period. People can only bend so much, just like a stick. It only bends so much before it breaks. But one of the key things is, you know, the belief in a higher power, and I've even seen them say like a doorknob, and you know, but then in the group, like, they have the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Wisdom to know, what is it? God grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change. Courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You know, they, you know, that's powerful in anything, not just dealing with an addiction. That's period. Sometimes we fight and go tooth and nail against the grain, and there's really nothing you can do about some situations. Do the best you can, and let that be. House is for sale. Woo. I've always liked that house back there. Be steadfast and be able to lay your head down on your pillow at the end of the night knowing you did your best, you tried, you didn't quit. That's with anything. You know, do your best, try. Uh-oh. Alright. There's all kinds of stuff in the road now. I think it's blowing off that hay truck or straw or whatever. And you got that car up there all on his butt. Imagine one of them rolls just rolling off and thumping on the hood of that car. So yeah, that's about it, man. You got to see me ride a little, play a little. I don't know if any of that helped. I always welcome and encourage people to comment. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know your beliefs. You know, just know that even if you're going through something tough, things will get better. Just have to work at it. Don't give up. If you give up, you're done. Don't give up. You know, heck, I could relate that to when I first started riding. First bike I bought stood straight up on me and ran right into a building. It sure did. 5 minutes after signing for it. Hurt my ego more than anything. But you know, insurance took care of it. They were like, man, they investigated a little. Like, you just signed for this policy 20 minutes ago, and now you got $2 grand worth of damage. Like, are you kidding? No, I'm not kidding at all. But I didn't let it discourage me. You know, I looked at my wife and I said, I'm not going to let that beat me. Shook me up a little. I said, but I'm going to get back up on it and I'm going to ride. So, a lot of my friends at Hayden Honda, I ride Kawasaki's, but you know, they took care of me. Good people. Yeah, so hopefully they're watching. Shout out to Kurt and the family. You know, some of the better people I've ever met. You know, just good-hearted, good people. Oop, tell them out of gear. Can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, but here I'm riding and talking. Yeah, while they were putting it back together, I decided to go through the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, and man, that helped me a lot. So, a lot. There's no looking back, which goes back to mistakes in life. Yeah, I made mistakes and went away. And part of my spirituality helped me to grow and realize that I am not my mistakes that I made in the past. Neither is anybody. You know, that doesn't define who we are. But the key is you learn from them. I don't care what you do, you're going to make mistakes, man. That's just life. Deal with it, you know? It happens. It's just part of the mix. But yeah, learn from it. Look at it as an opportunity to grow and to learn something, do something better. You know, they say, like, the poor mindset is you see problems, while the rich mindset is look for a solution or see an opportunity. Yeah, I better slow my butt down through here. Time and place for everything. I know where I can and can't ride all fast. This isn't one of them speed roads. Uh-oh. Hopefully my camera's still on and recording. Been having some issues with it. Don't know why. I say in a lot of my videos, crap happens. Except I usually say the other word, since I'm being mindful of it. Man, we're not defined by the mistakes we make. Don't let people make you think that. And anybody who's ever been in trouble, who's got out and you're on the right path, man, keep it up. Don't get discouraged and revert, you know, to a stinking thinking, as we like to call it. Because that ain't gonna get you nowhere but where you been, you know. Oh man, it's a nice day out. That's for sure. I'm trying to not misbehave. My wife made me promise I'd make it back in one piece. But I do like playing. You know, like riding and playing. Now I'm coming unscripted. Most of my stuff is. You know, it's from the heart. I just talk. Sorry if y'all don't like that, but that's what it is here. You know, I could say I'll study and script things for y'all, but I'm not going to lie to you. You know, like I said, I'll get a general idea of what I'm going to talk about, and I talk about it, and, you know, make the best of it that I can, and try to keep it good quality, wholesome content. But I like the talks on the bike, because you don't just see my face as I'm talking. You know, you see all the scenery, you see what I'm seeing out here, enjoying life, riding. You know, I was actually baptized in that church. It's called Harbor of Love, Kendallville, Indiana. If y'all are ever around, check them out. That's a Pentecostal church. That's how I was raised. They, well, more so Baptist church, but same. To me, they're the same. Pastor Charlie pulls no punches either. I mean, he gets up there and he keeps it real. I haven't been in a long time. My grandmother, you sure missed the good service. I'm sorry, Granny. You know, I have a hectic work schedule, and they keeps me on my toes. The family life, my wife, health issues. You know, not complaining. That's just that's my cards, and you can't complain about it, because ultimately, where is that going to get you? You know, you just have to try to deal with it the best way you can. And, you know, you can't make excuses and blah, 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 you know, for things, because ultimately that's not going to get you anywhere. So try to see the silver lining in it, not think negative or be focused on the rain clouds. And I say that type of stuff a lot in my videos when I ride and I talk, or period. You know, keep your eyes on something positive, and that's part of spirituality too, in my opinion. You know, here's where I started the ride and made my little lap. I'll keep going. Just hope that my camera's recording. You know, I appreciate y'all tuning in, and again, I invite you to subscribe. If this your cup of tea, you know, you like this type of stuff, and I open up my comments like, oh, tell me something, work with me. You know, ultimately, I do these videos to entertain people and to talk to y'all. You know, and it helps me as a means of me talking, getting out, and reminding myself of things as well. So, you have to be mindful of stuff like that, too. You know, it's not just about ourselves. Sometimes we have to take the eye out of things and look at a bigger picture. And again, that's, in my opinion, spirituality as well, part of it. There's a lot that goes with it. It's not just, you know, you can't to think you're spiritual just because you go to church every week, because that's not it. It's what's in your heart. You know, connecting on a deeper level. Believe, you know, your morals, and, you know, I'm spiritual as I feel connected. You know, I'm not perfect. I cuss, you know, I've had a bumpy life in the past, but again, part of spirituality is I know that my mistakes in my past are not me. Sadly, a lot of people see that, and they, you know, automatically, just like tattoos, you see I got a bunch of them, they see things like that and automatically think the worst. Just like if you've got a pit bull and you're walking down the road and people are pushing their kids to the other side of them, like, mine, man, he loves kids, they could climb on them like a jungle gym, and, you know, but, you know, as people, we're prejudiced beings, you know, and it's not just skin color or religion or sex or whatever it may be. As humans, you know, people prejudge people. See somebody with tattoos, or the way they're dressed, or, you know, hair could be messed up. Talking about they nasty, you know. They, I'm not saying it's right by all means. You know, like, we shouldn't be like that. It's like we always look for a reason to have some sort of conflict with somebody else, or have a reason to, you know, be against someone. You might not even know them. You give them that chance, find out, man, that's the best person you ever met in your life. Yeah, that old house. Tell me that ain't a neat sight. So, yeah, you know, sadly, you know, I see a lot of people now. You know, I live in a smaller town where people know me. They know, you know, what I stand on, that I am upright, square them actions, you know, to try to do right every way I can and help people. That's just part of it, man, part of your daily growth. Always be focused on moving forward, you know, not living in the moment or living in the past. You know, the past past is the past. You know, granted, sometimes what you do in the past affects your future. But while you're still living and breathing, you can change that and make little steps. And it does feel like I got off my topic, but you know, I'm riding and talking. And to me, though, as a collective whole, this is all part of being spiritual to me. Personally. Doesn't mean you have to agree with me. It doesn't, you know. But yeah, I do believe in our almighty creator. Wholeheartedly. You know, I could tell you reasons why all day long. But like I said, I'm not here to preach to you. You know. But there does come a point in life where, and this goes from my past way of thinking, you put away that old behavior and you grow. You become a man, or, you know, you become grown. Grown man, grown woman. You know, whoever's seeing this stuff, you get your grown person on, and you have responsibilities and stop living for that instant gratification. Instant gratification leads to problems tomorrow a lot of times. We have a problem of wanting stuff right now. That's why a lot of people don't change, or why people fail. You expect immediate results all the time. We demand it. We're spoiled. You know. And I'm older than, you know, some. You're never too old to start, though. You could be 70 years old and decide to start making videos, or, you know, talking. And it is my goal to be able to talk to people and help them. You know, I've had a hard knock life. Oh, Mama said hard head made for a soft behind. Let me tell you. And see, I grew up in the day where, man, your parents could whoop that ass. Forgive me for saying that. They could whoop your donkey. And nobody do nothing about it. I'm talking about frying pans, wooden spoons, extension cords, go pick a switch off a tree, and then you act up in school, and my teacher or principal take you in the office and paddle you. Then you get home and really get it. Nowadays, man, people are sensitive. You can't even yell at your kid a certain way and you get in trouble. Yeah, of course, when I was a kid, kids weren't running around and shooting up schools and all that other crazy stuff. But that's a whole nother issue. You know, we excuse me, stood for the Pledge of Allegiance. We had prayer in school. You know. I believe you take your higher power out of things start falling apart. And again, with the way I look at it, you don't have to have a set religion, or, I mean, you could be, you know, about the earth, you know, a pagan belief system, but you still know that there's something higher than themselves, you know, if that makes sense. And they, you know, sometimes we don't give things a chance because it goes against what we believe, and a lot of times that leads to limitations. You know, I've come to learn that we are made to be creators as people. We have more power than some of us may ever know on that level. You know, our wavelengths, our brains, and we can send things out that can be life-changing for ourselves and for others. Woo, hang on. Look, Mom, no hands. You know, a lot of that goes with that positive thinking, too. When you focus on good comes, you know. Power of the tongue. Man, how many people here are talking about they're sick? And they're always sick. You know, we have powers. I've heard of people speaking themselves cured of cancer and stuff. Never had to go. They just disappeared. Miracle. You know, if that doesn't say something. Right there. So, if you're dealing with working on change, keep working. If you're starting something, woo, something stinks. If you're starting something, if you're working on something, if you're battling something, stay strong, man. It can't be like that forever. And try to connect with whatever you feel your spiritual higher power might be. Try to connect with things on a deeper level, not just being on the outside. You know, they say beauty is skin deep, and there's a reason why that's said. I mean, so keep that in mind. Once again, I thank you for tuning in to Motivated Living, where change is on the horizon. You know, I've worked hard. I've been home, what, 6 years now? And there hasn't been no looking back. And many times have been tough. They have been. I mean, I first come out, man, you know, starting over again, grown, starting over. I had to remold everything. And being someone who wasn't profane, I knew better. You know, I knew better, but, you know, I turned and let the inner demons, for lack of better words, take over. I threw care to the wind and did a bunch of dumb stuff. And had to pay for it. And it's been work. You know, but I've been blessed. You know, I have a family. You know, wife's my best friend. You know, daughter who's awesome. A big doggy. You know, our son, 140-pound kid. And then, you know, the material things. And we started off. I might even throw a picture in here. Man, we had like a Goodwill type couch, a little tiny box TV on some pallets I had brought home from my job. You know, air mattress on the floor. See, that was the place. That's where they fixed my other bike. But man, you just kept working, putting in that work. And each day, little by little, getting things better, however it may have been. You know, it could be material stuff, but always pushing forward, not giving up. And man, I look back and it just blows my mind. You know, and I've still got a lot of work to do. I mean, as far as where I want to be in life. Like, my heart is in the right place, and you know, I've got my soulmate and my little one, and you know, a lot of people look their whole lives for what I've found, and that's a blessing. You have to, you know, count your blessings. We're not guaranteed nothing. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. So make sure your heart's right. Be connected. Go outside barefoot. Touch the ground. Something. Stay happy. Stay focused. Never give up. And know that better things will come. You know, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Don't give up. Fight that good fight. Surround yourself with those that'll help uplift you. If you are, you know, in recovery, trying to be, let me know what helps you. Let other viewers know what's helping you. Because that whole spirituality and growing closer, because when I was in, I did the same dumb stuff at first that I did out here that got me there. And then a light bulb went off. Hey, dumbass. Sorry for cussing again. But, you know, like, hey, this is what put you in here, you idiot. What are you doing? You know? And a light bulb came off, and from that day forward, it was all about moving forward, self-betterment, and being the best I could be, and never reverting. Because even during them tough times, you know, now you train your brain, you don't think about that stuff. I don't think about that stuff. You know, I find legitimate ways to make everything work out. And like I said, people around here who know me, they know. And it cuts a lot of people out of your lives who are still about that bull stuff. You know, as soon as I come home, hey bro, can you get me help? Unfriend, delete, see ya. You know, ain't nothing worth all that nonsense. So surround yourself with better people. You can't, you know, if you're going to the bar trying to stop drinking, I guarantee that you'll have a drink quicker than what the people drinking will switch over and have a glass of water with you. You know, so stay out of them type of places. Don't set yourself up for failure. You know, keep moving forward, keep pushing forward, and everything's gonna be fine. And I thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all, especially if you rode with me this whole time. I'm gonna cruise through this neighborhood real quick, turn around, and take my butt home. So y'all be blessed. Motivated living, changes on the horizon. You can do it. Peace.